So as promised, I was going to make a video about tinnitus, silencing tinnitus with the Primal diet now. Depending on how you got your tinnitus, this stuff may or may not help. Some of it won't help at all. For instance, if you have tinnitus because you have an imbalance in your skull or your jaw, this stuff really isn't going to help you. What you're going to need to do there are do myofunctional therapy exercises and mewing and a lot of good chewing to strengthen your muscles. Hopefully you can work on correcting the imbalance which is causing the ringing. I've had that kind of ringing because I have an imbalance on my jaw, slightly on my right side. I've had it all my life. It would usually happen when I'd go to lay down to go to bed, but it would only happen for like 30 seconds to a minute. And I remember this happening as I was young as like 5. So if you have this, it's really not too bad. It like goes away. Never bothered me too much, but I worked with a wood chipper for a weekend, just for a few hours, and I didn't have adequate ear protection. Didn't really think it was a big deal. You know, I've been to a lot of concerts without ear protection. Never had any hearing or ringing damage. But yeah, this did the trick. So I've had ringing for about 10 months. About 8 months ago, it got really bad. Like it was like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 all the time. Now I've kind of brought it down a little bit to like a 4 or a 5. And like right now I can't hear it, but I have some fans running in my room, which is what I do at night. I just have a fan running and it helps. You can do rain sounds and stuff too. I don't like the white noise stuff. But anyway, and there's also another good channel, Liam Stops Tinnitus. He's got some good advice. But I have similar advice. I have different advice, but I also have good advice. Some things he doesn't know about or talk about. No shade toward him. But I wouldn't buy his course. Honestly, he gives you everything you need. Anyway, I'm going to give you everything, not everything, but a lot of what you need. There could be some things, you know, maybe you discover or find on your own that help. And I hope you do. So first off, hot water bottles. This is a rubber hot water bottle from Vermont County Store. It's $20. It came with a fleece liner that goes around it. You can use that. I don't like the synthetic materials, so I took it off. But you know, it might help keep it warmer longer if you have that, and then you wrap it in this cotton pillow. I wrapped this in this cotton pillow case. You want to fill this with water, 140 degrees Fahrenheit max. Do not exceed that. Do not put boiling water in here. You know, what I like to do is I use the hottest tap water I got. I get it hot. I fill it up. I wait 10 minutes. I dump it out. And then I fill it up again. And then I wrap it up and go to bed. And if you do that, it will keep it warmer longer. It'll stay warm for at least 6 hours. Hottest, of course, the first like 3 or 4. But yeah, you can lay on this, sleeping or not sleeping. If you're just laying down watching TV, chilling, you're going to want to switch sides. This is also helpful to perspire out liquids of your ears. So another cause of tinnitus from like a skull imbalance or a noise issue is you have fluid in your skull or your ears, and that's causing ringing. And you do this, you lay on this, it will perspire that out. And you can cover your head with a blanket too. So if you're laying on your right side, you can put a blanket over the left side of your head, cover this up, you know, and it'll keep heat in, it'll keep you warmer. That's something you can do. The ears are a detox pathway for the brain, so that could be another issue, like why you get some tinnitus. That will go away pretty easy. Otoxic medications can cause tinnitus, like they can build up and then cause tinnitus. In some way, maybe that's because like they detox that way through the ears or something. I don't know, but I've just read people having problems with that, and it's listed as a side effect for certain medication. Excuse me, yawning. Certain medications. So if you took those medications and you have some tinnitus, you know, that could be the cause. Noise damage, skull imbalance, all those things. Skull imbalance stuff, the best thing you can do, like I said, work up the jaw, do some exercises, myofunctional therapy. Some people would suggest going to a chiropractor too, although I'm not a big fan of chiropractors. That's another video. But anyway, yeah, you can get 2 of these and like lay on your back, put them on either side of your head, and then put some pillows on either side to like bookend them in, you know, like secure them in. So you can do that. One thing I was doing, I'm not sure if this helped or sped anything up because I'm not doing it anymore, was I put my bed on a decline. So my head would be down here, and I put 6 to 8 inches of platform on the feet of my bed frame, and so it was tilted. And this, in my theory, was it would help blood flow down to the head, because the problem with healing in this area, and Audrey even said this in the Q&A, the only instance I could find for what I was looking for was use a hot water bottle, and it's one of the hardest things to heal because of the lack of circulation. That's what he said. Other instances where he talks about tinnitus, he says it's from fluid, and the hot water bottle, again, perspire it out. However, mine is not caused of fluids, caused by fluid retention or excessive fluids. Neither was this. I believe it was a woman, and he said the only way to do it. Couldn't pause, sorry, is to use this. So another thing that can help are the fat suppositories. Now, the colon has the bacteria that feeds the brain and the nervous system. The issue with tinnitus is largely the brain and the nerves, I believe, and possibly the inner ear. Anyway, it's a very hard area to get nutrients from in the first place. So I started doing the suppositories, and overall I just noticed a big difference in my health. I did them once a week for about 4 to 5 months, and then I actually haven't done one in a couple months. I haven't really felt like I needed it. I've also been kind of short on butter, so I might start doing them again. I just used butter and sour cream, and you warm it up. I can do a whole video on that later, but there's lengthy descriptions about how to do it on Q&As. But anyway, they're really good. Great way to feed the nervous system, especially if you have other problems like depression or whatever. But I felt like this maybe was speeding up some healing. And to me, it was very important. I did this right before bed, and then I used 2 of these water bottles. I laid on my back, and I slept like that for 3 or 4 hours before I woke up again. And just try to maximize the nutrients and the healing time. I used 2, laid on my back after I put that in there, and went to bed. So that was very helpful. Again, you can get these at CVS too if you don't want to go to Vermont County store, but this is quality product. I can't speak to CVS quality. One thing that was suggested by Liam from Liam Stops Tinnitus was cold showers. Now, I'm not a big fan of very cold showers. I used to do them, but recently, within the past summer starting time, I have started to take cool showers, and these aren't ice cold showers. This is showers that run from 55 to 58 degrees Fahrenheit. So obviously this is tap water. I don't stay in too long. I don't get my head wet, but it does feel pretty good. I don't know if it helps, but it's just kind of a nice way to cool off. Again, this is tap water. I don't stay in too long. I think the issue with showering with tap water is like hot water. It gets into your skin faster, and the steam is something you breathe in, which is not good. There's no steam here, and it's cold water, so it keeps your pores closed. Some people swear by this. I don't know, just throwing it out there, just something I've been doing. Maybe it helps. Another thing you can do, I'm not sure, wait a minute. So another thing you can do is, this is bone marrow. Take a Q-tip, and then you see this oily stuff? You want to use this oily, not this stringy stuff. You don't want that. You just want the strictly oil stuff. Coat a Q-tip with that nice and good. As you can see here, if you let the bone marrow out, it'll start to get oily. And get the Q-tip coated nice and oily, and then stick it into your ear pretty far, like right next to your eardrum, and then just work it around there. You don't want to use these chunks of bone marrow, this white stuff. You only want to use the oil, because otherwise it'll get stuck in your ear, and that's no fun. If you can see here, it's kind of oily. That's the stuff you want to use. Not the white oily stuff, but the clear oil. Audrey has talked about doing this for his hearing loss, and I've been doing it for my tinnitus when I can. Sometimes the bone marrow isn't good enough. but when it is, I do it. So this is one more thing you can do. And then as far as meat, you're going to want to eat a lot of white meat, a lot of fish, a lot of chicken, especially a lot of fish, because the fish helps the brain the most. And I pate all my meat, especially the white meat. If I eat a little pork, I usually just eat a few bites. I don't pate it. But this fish and chicken, I will pate and eat that. I feel like this is helping too. So, and make sure you're eating, I would say, sour cream with this, because the cream has the stuff you need to rebuild your brain and your nervous system, something that butter can't do. So, you could use butter, but it might be more effective to use sour cream. That's what I've been using. So, I hope you found this helpful. If you have tinnitus, if you have more questions, if you want me to elaborate, let me know in the comments.